This is the unbelievable true story of Chris Gardner, a man who went from sleeping in public restrooms to becoming a millionaire. His journey proves that no matter how dark life gets, hope can change everything. Hello guys, before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to join our journey. Now let's jump right in. Chris Gardner's life didn't start with luck or privilege. He was born in Milwaukee in 1954 to a poor single mother. His stepfather was violent, sometimes beating him until he couldn't stand. But his mother told him something that stayed with him forever. You can only depend on yourself. He spent part of his childhood in foster care when his mother was jailed for trying to protect him. Even then, Chris dreamed of becoming someone who could change his life story. In his 20s, Chris joined the Navy. There he learned discipline and structure, two things that would later save his life. When he left the Navy, he worked in a hospital as a research assistant, fascinated by medical technology. He thought he found stability, but fate had other plans. He started selling bone density scanners. It sounded promising, but hospitals didn't need them often, and sales were rare. Debt grew faster than his income. His relationship with his girlfriend Jackie started to break under the weight of poverty. Arguments became daily and she finally left, leaving Chris with their toddler son. Soon after, he lost his apartment. Every day he carried a bag of baby clothes in his scanner machine, searching for a buyer or a place to sleep. Then came that famous day. A man stepped out of a red Ferrari. Chris asked, "What do you do for a living?" The man smiled, "I'm a stockbroker." That moment planted a dream. Chris decided he'd become one too, no matter how impossible it seemed. He began studying the world of finance by himself, reading whatever books he could find. He applied to brokerage firms all over San Francisco. He faced rejection after rejection, but he never stopped knocking on doors. Finally, Dean Witter Reynolds gave him an unpaid internship. That same week, he was evicted. He had no home, no money, just a baby and a dream. But he kept showing up to work every morning, wearing the same suit, smiling. He waited outside shelters for hours, sometimes turned away because they were full. On the worst nights, he slept with his child in public restrooms. That night became legendary. Chris held his sleeping son, crying silently on the cold floor, whispering, "One day, we'll have a home of our own." He woke up before dawn, cleaned up in the sink, and went straight to his internship. No one there knew what he was going through. The internship was competitive. Only one person would be hired. Chris studied harder than anyone, staying up late memorizing stock codes and charts. On exam day, he had just enough bus fare to reach the office. He took the test and passed brilliantly. He was offered a full-time job. He finally earned a paycheck, enough to rent a small apartment for him and his son. It was small, but it was home. He proved himself quickly. His client base grew, and his reputation followed. Chris Gardner was no longer the homeless man. He was a rising star. In 1987, he founded his own brokerage firm in Chicago with just $10,000. He named it Gardner Rich and Company to honor his mother's strength and guidance. Within years, he became a self-made millionaire. But he didn't chase luxury. He chased meaning. He said, "The money was never the dream. Freedom was." His autobiography, The Pursuit of Happiness, was published in 2006. The film starring Will Smith brought his incredible story to millions worldwide. He donates to homeless shelters and supports single-parent programs. He never forgot where he came from. From a bathroom floor to Wall Street, from hopelessness to triumph, Chris Gardner proved that the human spirit can overcome anything. His message remains simple. If you want something, go get it. If you enjoyed this true story, don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.